I started to get ready for my day, and so I yelled up, "Nick," and he didn't answer, and was go out the door, and something stopped me and said, "You know what, go just check upstairs on him." And I saw Nick on the bed. I could tell right away something was wrong.
I think I just kept saying, "Nick's dead." He's really, really intelligent.
He took the SATs in 6th grade, tested into the Johns Hopkins Talented Youth Program. We had fights over homework, sitting at the dining room table, like, please do your work.
Yeah.
Don't get in trouble at school, you know?
I feel like it was almost like it was boring for him.
He started smoking pot in high school, and then it went on to trading other drugs with kids in school. At some point, his senior year, he took an opioid.
In the early 2000s, there was a lot of OxyContin available. It was promoted that it was a safe drug.
So I sent him to college with an opioid addiction, but I had no idea. He didn't know anybody had the pills and went into a bad withdrawal, and someone introduced him to powdered heroin.
It's a developmental disease that happens early on from early use. Kids' brains are very different than the adult brain, and they're easily hijacked by some of these drugs. Your body craves it, you need to have it. You feel what they call dope sick if you're not using. You really feel pain all over your body. You're not using any longer to get high. You're using to just feel a sense of normalcy.
So we were just kind of spinning our wheels with a kid who looked kind of sick, is acting kind of weird, and what's going on. And it never would have thought that I had a kid addicted to opioids. It's the last thing in my mind. My name is Robyn. I lost my 20-year-old son, Nick, almost 5 years ago to a fentanyl, cocaine, heroin overdose.
I lost my son Bryant, he was 25.
I lost my son Brian.
I lost my brother Nick, who was 20, to an overdose. I really hate when people say, everything happens for a reason. I'm like, there's absolutely no reason that my 20-year-old brother should be dead right now.
It was early on after we had lost Nick, and I was trying to do everything that I could to help myself heal, my family heal. And I thought, wow, Olivia's into art. This would be a great thing to do together. So the Opioid Project brings people together so that they're not alone, that they can express their grief. So it gives all sorts of people who have been affected by the opioid epidemic a voice. Then it gives the community at large a chance to talk about it and see it. I wish I knew what was going on, but I was blind to it. I guess I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know the behaviors.
I have a hard time admitting that my own son is a drug addict because I have the stigma.
We were all in denial of our kids when we didn't see the signs.
Stigma is a huge thing. Like, he didn't want anyone to know, and that's so sad. So he isolated himself during his recovery, and we want to stop that stigma.
Yes.
Like, we're a normal family. If it can happen to us, it can happen to you.
We need to talk about this. We need to get out and get help because like substance use disorder is a disease just like heart disease and diabetes. Early detection and early intervention make for better outcomes.
We need to realize that this is an epidemic and it has to be attacked properly.
It's like our whole community is affected in some way, from the top down to the poorest. The more we talk about it, and the more things like the Opioid Project, Sun Will Rise, you know, the more we do, the more we can help the general community. We say to the world, you know, like, substance use is out there. What can we do to prevent it? What can we do to support the people that are still in active addiction in their families? What we can do to celebrate the people in recovery and embrace the people who have lost someone. Our intention has been to support each other in our grief and to share the lives of those we have lost. Until we meet again, may you carry this experience with you as a reminder that you are not alone and the sun will rise.